What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about the Huawei Mate X5 and why this phone is objectively, so not subjectively, but objectively, the best foldable phone on the planet, and its top 5 features that make it so. Let's go. Now, for those that are getting triggered with that statement of the Huawei being the perfect foldable, please watch to the end of the video and watch all of the top 5 features from this device. And also bear in mind, I'm the average dad. I am the foldable guru. I still love the OnePlus Open, the Pixel Fold, the Xiaomi Mix Fold 3, the Honor Magic V2. All of these have their own best parts. What the Huawei has, or what it seems to have on paper and in real life in practice, is all of those combined in one device. So as I go through these features, I will tell you the foldables that have that feature or don't. What I can 100% tell you right now is zero foldable phones have all of the features I'm about to talk about in the Huawei. So, feature number 1. Stylus support. Yes, I am aware. The Samsung Z Fold 5 has stylus support on the inside screen. The OnePlus Open has stylus support on both screens, and so does the Huawei. The Huawei's, just like the OnePlus, worked on both screens. You can draw, you can take screenshots, you can navigate the camera app. It's a Bluetooth pen and it works fantastically. If you're using your foldable phone for work or multitasking, I would recommend a stylus pen. Now, as I mentioned, I would talk about the folds that don't have this. So of the top ones, the Vivo doesn't have stylus support. The Xiaomi doesn't have stylus support. The Honor Magic V2 does. The OnePlus Open does. And the Samsung Z Fold, Samsung Nights, does, but only on the inside screen. To be fair, why would you want to use a pen on the outside screen? It's as thick as a pen anyway. So, stylus support, tick. Feature number 2, battery. The Huawei Mate X5 has the largest battery in any foldable device. Yes, this device, believe it or not, has the largest battery. And do you know how and why? Well, where do you think the Honor Magic V2 got its silicon carbon batteries from? Huawei. The Honor Magic V2 is 5,000 milliamp hours. Huawei just tips it at 5,060. I got this phone on Friday afternoon. I have not charged it since Friday afternoon. This morning, I took a screenshot that you can see here. The phone is still at 72%. It's dropped 28% in nearly 2 days. I've used this video to set up, I've done a short first impressions video. I've taken photos and videos. I've been playing around with it because I absolutely love it and making B-roll for this video. And it's still, after all that, it's still well over 60%. Unbelievable battery life. And coupled with the battery size, 66 watts wired charging. Samsung ain't doing that. And 50 watts wireless. The Honor, Samsung, OnePlus. Well, the OnePlus doesn't even have wireless charging, nor does the Honor V2. Samsung wirelessly charges at something crazy like 15 watts. 50 watts wireless on the Huawei Mate X5. The only one that is compatible for wireless charging is the Xiaomi Mix Fold 3, but the battery capacity is 260 milliamp hours less. Feature number 3. Mr. Who's the Boss actually talked about this, so here's a little clip in the background of him explaining the ecosystem on Huawei Now, granted, you have to be in that ecosystem like you would Apple or Samsung, but if you've got a Huawei tablet, if you've got a Huawei watch and a Huawei phone, Mr. Who's the Boss explained, it is seamless to copy files, transfer files, operate your phone from the tablet, work everything from your watch. It's unbelievable the perks that Harmony OS can bring over. Really, really exciting stuff if you're in the market to go full balls deep Huawei. The ecosystem works far better than any Google ecosystem or OnePlus ecosystem at the moment. The only thing comparable for me would be an Apple device, but as we know, they don't sell foldables yet. So, in the Huawei, you've got the ecosystem, the biggest battery, the Stylus support. Now for the next one, take your mobile phone, walk to the kitchen and do this. Unless you're holding the Samsung Z Fold 5, you're going to find this quite a nervous experience. The Huawei Mate X5 is IPX8, water and dust resistant. One thing I will not be testing is the dust resistance. I will not be doing a jerry rig everything because this is not my device. And if it was, I definitely wouldn't be doing it anyway. But I've run it under the tap for the period of me talking. It's water resistant. You could drop it in the bath or in a swimming pool for 30 minutes and it's going to be okay. Zero foldables, bar the Z Fold 5, can claim that. And the last feature on the Huawei, which for me is the most relevant and important. You all know how much I love photography and to use my smartphone as my camera. Well, the Huawei Mate X5 has no sacrifices. Unlike pretty much every foldable, I mean, even the Honor V2 has sacrificed its zoom lens. The OnePlus has sacrificed in areas like zoom at only 3 times optical. It has a 5x optical zoom lens. It has the largest sensors that I'm aware of on any foldable device. And the images and video are all unbelievably high quality, as you can see here. It shoots 4K video on all lenses on the rear, and it shoots 4K on the selfie-facing camera. Again, pick up your foldable, and if you're holding a Xiaomi, you ain't getting that. If you're holding a Vivo foldable, you're not getting 4K selfie video. Now, selfie video for me is important. I am using the selfie camera to shoot this on my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I use the screen as the monitor while it's recording. So selfie video is important. So when I said at the top of this video, the Huawei Mate X5 is the perfect foldable phone, it's because it has everything that all these other phones have individually, none of them have collectively. There is no phone on the planet that packs all those features into one device other than the Huawei Mate X5. And for that, I have to salute Huawei. Now, a couple of other things before we go. They are features, but there were so many other features this didn't even factor into my video in the top 5. Multitasking. Anybody with a Chinese ROM foldable, take it out and try and split screen your phones horizontally. The Huawei does that stock, out the box. YouTube, Instagram, any app, it can split screen vertically and horizontally. Your phone can't if it's a Chinese ROM foldable device. And that's, again, just more of an inconvenience than anything. And while we're talking about Google, the Huawei Mate X5, because it has that new Kirin 9000S chip and it's Harmony OS bought straight from mainland China, you can get Google installed on this pretty damn easily. If you've got the Honor Magic V2 and you've not been lucky enough to be part of the beta program, you're using Gbox and Gspace. So, all those features along with the bonus ones at the end make the Huawei the best foldable on the planet. But lurking in the background, there's always going to be the price. The Huawei Mate X5 is the most expensive foldable on the planet, ranging from anywhere from £1,800 to over £2,500, depending on where you buy, who you buy from, how much you trust somebody that lives in China. If you buy from the Huawei website and you live in Europe, you're going to get the EMUI version, not Harmony OS, and that means you cannot get Google apps natively. Your phone will work just like the Honor Magic V2. But it will still have all the other features I mentioned. Now, speaking of EMUI, the wonderful subscriber that gave me this device, Bart, is a Huawei, I'm going to say fanatic, and he has the 6-month-old Huawei Mate X3, and he is wanting to sell his Mate X3 because he now has a Mate X5. Now, the Mate X3, I've done a review on it, I'll link it in the description. It's an unbelievable device. It's still £1,800 on the Huawei website. It's an EU ROM, so it's not got Google native, you have to use Gbox and Gspace. But notifications, everything else, it's, as I say, it's an EU ROM, everything else works fine. And he is willing to sell that in mint condition, box, papers, accessories, all that stuff for £1,300. DM me on Instagram if you're interested. As always, first come, first serve, money up front, phone will ship next day, first class. So, Mate X3, £1,300. Mate X5, prices may vary. These are also selling out. Every time Huawei release a drop in China, they're gone like that. I believe the next drop is the 12th, and they'll go like that. So it's hard to get hold of one of these devices, which makes this video even more special. So if you've liked this, you know what to do. And if you want to see more content on the Huawei, the OnePlus, the Xiaomi, smash subscribe. I have a full in-depth comparison between the OnePlus Open and the Xiaomi Mix Fold 3 coming tomorrow. So until then,